Ukraine, there is word that this could potentially cut off the country's key agricultural exports. Agriculture Secretary here in the U.S., Tom Vilsack, says American farmers could be lifesavers by boosting production of goods like wheat and corn to prevent a global supply chain crisis. Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill, joining me now. Niall, this is the kind of story I love to tell. There are a lot of people who believe that America's farmers are already superheroes, but in the event, hypothetically, that we would need to actually bail out Ukraine by producing more wheat and corn and other agricultural goods, this would be a lifesaver.
It would, and to your superheroes point, Adrienne, it wouldn't just bail out Ukraine, it would bail out the various countries that get their grains from Ukraine. The basic situation here is that Ukraine is a major exporter of wheat in particular. And if it goes down, there will then be a shortage in Ukraine, but also in other nations around the world. Now, American wheat farmers already export about 50% of their total harvest, so they could, at least in theory, step into that gap and serve both an economic and, frankly, a humanitarian purpose.
Absolutely. Again, bail out the globe. Ukraine's wheat totals about 12% of the world's goods, again, around the globe. But I think a lot of people are wondering, the supply chain issues here have really stopped us from receiving what we need and shipping out what needs to go out. So how could this physically even be possible when we're already seeing this logjam at the nation's ports?
It's a really important point, and you're quite right that a lot of the focus on things like port congestion so far has been on imports, right? It's been on, will our shelves be empty here in the US? But of course, the same problem afflicts trade going in the opposite direction. In your home state of California, Adrienne, there are about $20 billion of agricultural exports every year. Now, if ports in California are congested, that's an obvious problem. Port congestion has eased slightly, but only slightly. Just last week, the port of Los Angeles had 70 ships just offshore, slowing their roll in some way because there was such congestion. So that is going to continue to be an issue.
I love when you just come with the surprising pop culture reference and say slow your roll and things like that. Vilsack also saying that U.S. agricultural sales last year were the highest on record. This year is predicted to be even higher. So it's not that we don't have the goods, but it is a question of whether we can actually ship them out in a timely fashion before they rot on ships. And that's a story I hope comes back because we were talking about it so long. You were at the White House Tuesday when President Biden warned of costs for us all here at home. What is he talking about?
He's talking primarily about gas prices. Now, there are other dangers as well. Just within the past 24 hours, the Department of Homeland Security has raised the specter of cyber attacks. But Biden principally was referring to gas prices. He said he was taking some action to try to stabilize the gas supply and oil supply around the world. But there are going to be increases. Obviously, that hits Americans just filling their gas tanks. But it also affects all the issues we've just been speaking about, Adrienne. Transportation, the movement of goods. It adds to these broader inflationary pressures that so many American businesses and so many American people are already feeling.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the plan B is for the United States and the world should the oil crisis hit in a way that has never been seen before due to this conflict. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.